Attending a rally with Musk and Trump. They don't really respect you. They laugh at you behind your back. They think you're stupid.
What happens when two Hollywood legends team up to take down one of the most controversial figures in modern history?
The number of hate crimes in the U.S. went up enormously as soon as Donald Trump.
Buckle up, because this story is about to get wild. By the end of this, we'll see why Donald Trump is throwing tantrums like a toddler who just dropped his ice cream and why this showdown is far from over.
Well, I mean, our president has pushed it to the limit. It can't go any further than this. I mean, he came out of...
America is no stranger to political drama, but when Hollywood heavyweights like Richard Gere and Michael Keaton step into the ring to call out Donald Trump, you know things are about to get explosive. These two iconic actors, known for their talent and integrity, recently unleashed a scathing critique of the former president, leaving him scrambling to defend himself. And let's be honest, when Batman himself tells you you're the villain, it's time to take a long, hard look in the mirror. The feud began when Richard Gere, the star of classics like Pretty Woman and An Officer and a Gentleman, did hold back in his assessment of Trump's presidency. Gere, who has always been vocal about his political views, accused Trump of using fear and misinformation to manipulate the American public. He pointed out how Trump's leadership style thrives on division, pitting Americans against each other rather than uniting them. "We're in a very dark place in America," Gere said. "We have a bully and a thug as the President of the United States." Gere's comments struck a chord with many who have watched Trump's presidency unfold. From his inflammatory rhetoric about immigrants to his dismissive attitude toward racial justice movements, Trump has consistently chosen to stoke animosity rather than foster unity. His policies, such as the controversial family separation policy at the border, drew international condemnation and deepened societal fractures, but Gere didn't stop there. He also criticized Trump's obsession with money and power, calling out the former president for prioritizing personal gain over national unity. If Trump were a magician, Gere quipped, his only trick would be making bankruptcies appear out of thin air. The actor's remarks highlighted a well-documented aspect of Trump's career, his ability to bend reality to fit his narrative. Whether it's inflating his net worth, denying allegations against him, or falsely claiming election fraud, Trump has consistently relied on exaggeration and outright lies to maintain his image. Enter Michael Keaton, the legendary actor best known for his role as Batman. Keaton, who has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind, joined the fray with a brutal talkdown of Trump's character or lack thereof. Keaton called out Trump's blatant disregard for democracy, the rule of law, and basic human decency. He pointed out how Trump has built his identity around playing the perpetual victim while simultaneously acting like the biggest bully in the room. It's a paradox that has defined Trump's career. He whines about being treated unfairly while using every tool at his disposal to attack, intimidate, and silence his critics. "Hiss the guy who screams about witch hunts," Keaton said, while launching baseless lawsuits against journalists, comedians, and even private citizens who dare to speak the truth about him. Keaton's criticism wasn't just about Trump's politics, it was about his character. The actor highlighted how Trump's leadership style is nothing more than a mix of arrogance, incompetence, and self-serving theatrics. Whether it's his refusal to accept election results, his attempts to undermine democratic institutions, or his never-ending grievances about the deep state, Trump has made a career out of manipulating public perception to suit his own interests. Of course, Trump did take kindly to the criticism. If there's one thing we've learned about the former president, it's that he has the thinnest skin imaginable. He can dish out insults with ease, but the second someone calls him out, he spirals into full-blown meltdown mode. Trump's response was another classic tantrum and unhinged, vein-popping Twitter rant filled with childish insults and exaggerated claims of victimhood. Instead of addressing Keaton's points with anything resembling a rational argument, Trump resorted to name-calling and conspiracy theories. But here's the thing, Trump's outbursts only make him look worse. His die-hard supporters might eat it up, but for everyone else, it's just another reminder of why he was such a disastrous leader in the first place. His inability to accept even the mildest criticism, his obsession with personal grudges, and his non-stop need for validation all paint a picture of a man who is deeply insecure and completely incapable of genuine leadership. The best part? Neither Gere nor Keaton said anything that wasn't already painfully obvious. They simply put into words what the entire world has been watching unfold for years. Trump is a man so allergic to accountability that he treats reality like an optional suggestion. Whether it's dodging consequences, rewriting history, or pretending that he's some sort of messianic figure instead of a glorified snake oil salesman, his entire brand is built on nonsense, and when people like Gere and Keaton point that out, the tantrums are glorious. Because at the end of the day, Trump's greatest weakness is the media, the Democrats, or even the legal system that one's certainly catching up to him. No, his biggest kryptonite is simple, the truth. As America moves forward, the challenge remains, how do we navigate a political landscape where deception and division have become the norm? For Gere and Keaton, the answer is clear, by calling out the lies, refusing to accept fear as a guiding principle, and demanding better from those in power. Because at the end of the day, America deserves more than a con man selling another illusion. So, what happens when two Hollywood legends take on Donald Trump? Chaos, comedy, and a whole lot of truth. And if Trump's reaction is any indication, this showdown is far from over. The rise of Donald Trump as a political figure has been one of the most polarizing events in modern American history. His presidency, marked by controversy, division, and a relentless focus on self-promotion, has left a lasting impact on the country's political landscape. But as his time in office fades into the past, the question remains, what is Trump's legacy? For many, the answer lies in the way he reshaped American politics. Trump's ability to connect with his base, often through inflammatory rhetoric and fear-mongering, has redefined what it means to be a political leader in the 21st century. His rallies, filled with wild claims, name-calling, and attention-grabbing stunts, often felt more like entertainment events than serious political discussions. But beneath the spectacle lies a darker truth. Trump's presidency was marked by a disregard for truth, an erosion of democratic norms, and a willingness to prioritize personal gain over national unity. His policies, from strict immigration measures to the downplaying of racial justice movements, have deepened societal fractures and fueled political polarization. And yet, despite the controversies, Trump remains a dominant force in the Republican Party. His influence over candidates and policies ensures that his brand of politics remains a defining force in American politics. But as figures like Richard Gere and Michael Keaton have shown, there is a growing resistance to Trump's divisive leadership style. Their critiques, while scathing, are rooted in a desire for a better, more united America. By calling out Trump's lies and demanding accountability, they are challenging the normalization of fear-based politics and division. And in doing so, they are reminding us that the truth, no matter how uncomfortable, is always worth fighting for. As the country moves forward, the lessons of the Trump era will continue to shape the political landscape. The challenge now is to learn from the past and strive for a future where leadership is defined not by division and deception, but by unity, integrity, and a commitment to the truth.